Okay, still working on this fan, and we got an issue. These rivets, well, couple issues. One, the fan blade has been painted. That increases the weight of the blade and puts a lot of drag on the wind. This paint really should come off, but also the paint has caused problems. Well, I don't think it was so much the paint, but I don't know. Anyway, you can see, and probably not the paint, because this one, you can see these rivets are falling off. Basically what's happening is the heads of the rivets are breaking right off. They're just rotted, they're just corroded away. They shouldn't do that. And you see there's a whole lot of them that are just coming off. That's just from moving the blade a little. Like if I just move it a little, those rivet heads will pop off. You got to be able to move it in order to adjust the blades. They're not supposed to come off like that. The back's not too bad. So when they break off, and you can see, this is the one that came off here. And you can see there's a lot of corrosion and dirt in here. And it's, let me see if I'm turning it so you can see, and there you go. See, there's a lot of corrosion and dirt in here, and it's all around the rivets. And it corroded the rivets, and you can see like in that one, see in the middle how it's pitted. That one don't look too bad other than it just busted right off. So they just come off those plates. And on this side, same thing. You can see in between the blade and where the blade connects. You can see that same stuff around the rivet holes here. Corrosion just got in there. Now that one probably let go because these three gave way, and then that put all the pressure on that one. But either way, here's the one that had fallen off before the blade was painted. That was this one here. It had fallen off before the blade was painted because you can see the paint, the black paint, on the top of the rivet post where the heads broke off the rivets. So you can see from the edge that they break off, right? Okay, here's what the back of the rivets look like. Now these are, again, antique rivets. They don't make them that way anymore. They do make solid rivets with the rounded heads. I don't have a tool for that. I don't have a machine shop, so you know I don't buy a lot of these real expensive tools because I don't need them. I normally, when I need a rivet, I use a standard rivet like this that uses one of these rivet guns here, and the way they work, you've probably seen them, but in case you haven't, the rivet, and they make them with different size shafts and different size rivets, and so the rivet goes in here, and you would put it into the hole, right? You put it into the hole that it's going in. I'm not going to do that. And then as you pull this, the center pin of the rivet goes through. And so it's hard to do with one hand, but okay, there you go. You can see it now. So as that pole goes through, as I squeeze the rivet gun, you see the pole going, dropping down. I'll push that back in, pull it again. Eventually it snaps off. And when it snaps off, this is what the rivet looks like. It doesn't have these nice rounded heads. They're like that where the pin pulls out and the other side gets crimped like that so that it can't come out and it holds them together. I think there's the pin. So that's the pin that was inside the rivet that got pulled through. So it pulls it completely out until it breaks off, and that's what creates that hole and smashes the other end so that it can't come out of the whatever you're riveting together. Now, I can do these. They're not the best looking thing. If you can picture what that would look like in that hole. They are aluminum, just like the original rivets are aluminum and the blade's aluminum. And of course they could be painted black and they wouldn't show too much. And on this blade it really wouldn't matter because this blade's in terrible shape. There's one other issue with the blade being in terrible shape, and that's though the motor is turning great on high and medium, and when there's no blade on it, it runs great even on low. So if I put a light on there, you can see that. Remove this ugly rivet gun. Plug the fan in. I can get it plugged in. No, not there, I can't. Give me a second. Okay, so I got the fan plugged in. I turn it on high. The motor runs good. It's clean. I have shined the light from the back of the motor while it was running. Don't know if I can do that in the camera, but I'll try. And yeah, you can see the light in there. That's the space between the between the stator coil, the metal frame of the stator coil, and the rotor that's spinning. And I went all the way around, and there's a space all the way around. So the motor's running fine. The RPMs is great. Motor don't sound too bad. Runs great on high. This is medium. Can't tell much difference, right? But it is slower. We looked at the current earlier. And when I had this blade on, before I noticed the rivet issue was getting really bad, I went ahead and took the one off so I could get measurements. Took that one off completely off so I could get measurements on the rivets. Because two of them popped off while I was on the fan. Anyway, so it's running fine on medium. And I go to low, and you can hear it's considerably slower. It is running, but it's running considerably slower. And it's pretty strong. I can't stop that. However, while the fan was running on low, see, I can't stop it. That means there's a lot of torque, which is good. When the fan was running on low with the blade on, it was running okay, but then it would go slower and slower, like it was trying to stall. And that made me look at the side of the blade to check each blade as it's turning. And of course, then I seen that there were more rivets missing from when we were working on it. Of course, I knew they needed to be replaced. But then, while I was doing that, I found that this one was a little bit out. And so I just took this and just turned it just a little. I mean, I do that all the time on fans, because it was only a little out, rather than using a vise and scratching the blade or whatever. And when I did that, these two popped completely off. So they came off while it was running on the fan while I shut it off, but it was still mounted on the fan. The others fell off while we were cleaning, just cleaning. One of them was off when the fan came in. 3 of them come off while we were cleaning. The one that was off was this one here that was painted. It was actually missing, right? The post of it is still there. So I don't know. I mean, I can take it to a machine shop and see what they would charge me to replace this with these brazen head rivets. They have the equipment to do that. It's actually a pretty expensive pneumatic tool that smashes the back of the rivet. And when they smash them, like I said, they don't look like this anymore. They're almost like they are in the front. They're just sort of but smaller. Like this would be rounded instead of having a hole in the middle. And that's the way they are today. Now I can go ahead and do that and have a machine shop do that, but that's going to be, the blade is not worth the cost of doing that, because the machine shop's going to charge me a lot. I could put these kind of rivets in. I could get try to get one with a little bit bigger head. They do make them bigger. In fact, the ones I'm thinking of using would actually cover the entire hole here, but it would actually be on the paint some. Ideally, this blade should be stripped and the paint should be taken off, because it's putting so much drag on the motor. This is abrasive. This paint, it's where you can see it's not gloss, right? Now I can put some cleaner on it that'll give it more of a slick finish, and it would be a little better pulling through the air, because as it's turning at a very high RPM, and the drag on the air from this finish on this paint and the extra weight of the blade is just, because it's painted front and back, is just not good. Now they did paint aluminum fans back in the day. In fact, they sold fans with painted blades, but it was not like this. It was not this kind of paint. It was not this thick, and the blades were not this gauge metal. In fact, most of the black blades that came out later in like mid-century modern were plastic, and even some of the antique blades were plastic. But these Vortalex blades, which is a really nice design, I mean, GE really did something with the Vortalex design. But you can see, if I shine a light in here, I'm trying to get this light to stay, you can see the space in there between the blade and the mount. See that? See, you can see in there, and you can see the dirt migrating its way in there in the corrosion. See? And so that's what's, over time and over years, that's what's corroded the blades. I mean, they're aluminum, right? And I don't know if the paint added to that or not. Possible. It doesn't matter that there's a space there. It's just that they're you know, decades old, so a lot of debris got in those spaces. But still, it shouldn't have done this to the rivets. It shouldn't have. I mean, turn that over. Look at that. They just popped right through the shaft of the center of the rivet. And I don't know if they were just torqued really tight when they put them on and had a lot of pressure on them all these years, and it just sort of worked through, or what. You can see that one's almost like pinched. So like it was already breaking, but didn't quite let go, but it was like, let me get this pointer. It's like a mountain chain down the middle here, this little line. See that? But the edges are cut smooth. So that was all that was holding, was that little piece in the middle, or vice versa. The little piece in the middle is where the corrosion got through and ate that away, and then these ends were what was holding, and they let go. I don't know, but you know, I'm not a machinist. This one, it just actually, just same thing, it just let go. Okay. You can see where it was holding on the end there just a little bit after it started to fracture. And some of these others are probably like that too. If they're not, sooner or later they're going to let go. Even if they, oh, there you go. I just took that one off with my fingertip. See that? Just come right off. And that was just with my fingernail. I should not be able to break an aluminum rivet with my fingernail. Damn, it's hard to do this with one hand. So these are coming right off. That one didn't look good. But they are going to let go. They are going to let go because they're all letting go. So we got a couple options. One, buy another Vortalex blade. I wouldn't on this fan. This fan has got a high hours, had a lot of use. It's running fine. The motor's running fine. Speed coil, it's running okay. On low, it's a little bit slower than I would like. It doesn't quite, but it has the torque. I can't stop it on low, so that's a good sign. But with the blade problem, it was slowing down a little. So what do we do, right? That's the final question. Do we look for a blade? I don't know. I don't know. If you find a blade, they're probably going to charge you 70, 80, 100 bucks for it, and on top of the labor to restore the pan, that's just way much. Maybe a good solution would be to let me strip the blade, put some paint stripper on it or something, and see if I can get the paint off. I don't know that I can. I don't know, but I can try. You know, I can try to get that paint off and take it down to aluminum. I can wire brush it and get it off, but the wire brush will scratch the aluminum and it'll have marks. I don't have, you know, I just don't have a machine shop, so I can't like buff it all out, make it nice and smooth and new and shiny. I can't do that. And it's pitted anyway. It's got pits in it, so, you know, dings and pits and things. So, but it would run a lot better without the paint on it. It may not look 100 times better. Oh, it'd look better than it does right now, right, with this black mountain chains here and pits and stuff. I could take paint remover and get the paint off. The fan, you know, it's already got some paint loss around, and then this is like caked on green, not even the right green, color green. So given the overall exterior look and feel of the fan. You know, I cleaned the rust in the bottom, but there's still some issues around the edge here and stuff. Given that, I would say, let me go ahead and try to get the paint off and use these kind of rivets, these pop rivets. You know, they're not going to be the prettiest looking thing, but they'd be bigger around than this, and it would just have that little hole in the center there. You know, it would look like that. It'd be flat on a blade. And of course they're aluminum colored, so they'd be the same. They are aluminum, so they'd be the same as the blade. They'd be the same aluminum. If you want these kind of beveled head ones, and they all got to be replaced, then I would have to either I'd have to get a machine shop to do that, because I don't have the tool. Now I can buy the tool, but it's well over $100, so I don't really need it, because I don't replace rivets. I don't do that on these fans. I've never had them do this. I don't know why this one is. Maybe it was a defective lot of rivets that GE used, and they just didn't know it. I mean, you know, they held for decades, right? But maybe they were just defective. I ain't never had them come off. I've never had fans. There were a lot of fans. Never had rivets just do this. So all I know to do is put these kind of rivets in and go from there. Well, let me know what you'd like to do. You see the fan's running. You see it's running smooth. I've re-greased the oscillator, changed the oil, put a new wick in the oiler. The shaft turns good. You see that? Oh, sorry. See that? Turns fine. You can see the armature in there turning. It's perfectly balanced. There's no problems with the motor. Functionality, other than on low, well, it's fine on low as far as the motor's concerned. Yeah. That's where I'm at. The grill is in okay shape. I mean, it looks fine. It's got the same green paint on it, but it's got some little rust spots. But this copper sconce here is just awesome. It's just beautiful. And see, there's the original green inside the cap. That's the original color. So this is a close green, but it's a little bit too minty. And the original green would have been a little bit more like military green. Anyway, all right, thanks for watching. I'll give you a call, or you can call me after you watch the video, either one, and we'll go from there.